Yes. So this week we are starting on a new topic, microorganisms. Okay? So, just as the name implies, microorganisms. Those are organisms that are very small, so small that you can't see them with your naked eyes. Okay? So the invention of the microscope opened up the world to very minute living organisms called microorganisms. Okay, so microorganisms usually are commonly known as germs or microbes. They are found almost everywhere in nature. They are found in water, in soil, on surfaces, on living organisms, even in living cells. Okay, most of them are disease causing agents, and when they are disease causing agents, they are known as pathogens and are mainly parasitic. Okay. So, we have different types of microorganisms. First, there is the virus. Okay, viruses are microorganisms with no cell structure. They don't have a cell structure. And then we have bacteria. All bacteria and blue-green algae. Okay, blue-green algae are not classified with the rest of the algae. Okay, they're classified as bacteria because these ones are prokaryotic cells. All bacteria are prokaryotic cells, and then the blue-green algae. Okay, next we have protists, and then fungi and the rest of the algae, which are eukaryotic. Okay, they have a eukaryotic cell structure. Okay, so most microorganisms are unicellular. Okay, but some fungi and algae are multicellular. Okay, viruses are the simplest type of microorganisms. Okay, and here we have properties of viruses. Okay, we say viruses are inert, they are obligate intracellular parasites. That means they can live inside another organism as a parasite. They can live comfortably well inside another living organism. They don't need oxygen. Okay, viruses cannot make energy or proteins independent of a host cell. That is why viruses are usually considered as non-living organisms outside another living organism. They are only alive when they are inside another living organisms. Okay, and viruses usually have RNA or DNA. They do not have both. It's either a virus has RNA, which is ribonucleic acid, or DNA, which is deoxyribonucleic acids. Okay, viruses have naked capsid, or they are enveloped with attached proteins. Okay, viruses do not have the genetic ability to multiply by division, and viruses are non-living entities. Like I said before, they are considered non-living when they are outside another living organism. Okay, so now let's move to the next. Oh, okay, before we do that, these are types of viral structures. These are the structure of viruses. The first one you see here is a bacteriophage, then tobacco mosaic virus, and then the human immunodeficiency virus. That's HIV. Okay, these are their structures. Okay, moving on to the next type of microorganisms, bacteria. All right, so this is the structure of the typical structure of a bacteria. Okay, having cytoplasm in cell membrane, a nucleus, the ribosomes, and the flagella. Okay, and they also have a cell wall. This is a typical bacteria you see here. Okay, so bacteria are classified into 5 groups according to their basic shapes. means bacteria, they have different shapes, and that is how they are classified if you are classifying according to shapes. So you have the first one, which is the cocci. These ones are spherical, like round, okay. And we have the rod-like bacteria, which is called the bacilli. The ones that look like a coma, and they are called the vibroes. And spiral bacteria, which is called spirilla. And the corkscrew bacteria, which are called spirochetes. Okay, yeah, these are the shapes you see here. That's the cocci, bacillus, spirochetes, vibros, and spirilla. All right, now apart from these shapes you have here, these are the basic shapes, okay, but we have different types of cocci as well. When cocci bacteria are single, just a single like this, as it is just one of them, that's cocci, right? But sometimes we have two spherical bacteria like this joined together. So when they adhere in pairs, right, in twos, they are called diplococci, all right, diplococci. And we have examples in the bacteria that causes pneumonia, that's the streptococcus, okay. And we have also the ones that adhere in clusters, in bunches, okay. We call those they are staphylococcus, all right, like the Staphylococcus epididymis, okay. And there is also the ones that adhere in a long chain, not just in twos this time, in a long chain, just joined side by side to form a long chain, and that's the Streptococcus, right? Streptococcus viridis. Okay, so then the bacilli are usually single rod-shaped bacteria like that. Then the vibroes, the ones that look like coma, and then spirillae, they are just spiral, and then the spirochetes, the ones that are corkscrew shaped. Okay. Then we have protists. We've talked about protists before, all right, and these are examples of protists here. I hope you can recognize these microorganisms we have here. We'll talk about them. You can write down the bacteria, the protists you see here, sorry, and the protists you see here, and we'll talk about it after the class. Okay, there we have algae, which includes the green algae like Spirogyra and Volvox. Yeah, usually what you see on ponds, the greenish thick thing you see on the surface of ponds, or at the shores of ponds, that stagnant waters, usually you see the greenish stuff on it. That's Spirogyra and Volvox. Okay, and there the last one being fungi. Okay, fungi are eukaryotic, they are multicellular, they are non-mobile. Okay, that means they don't move around, and they reproduce by producing spores. An example of a fungi is the mushroom. All right, so that will be the end of our class today. We'll see you again next week. Bye bye.